In this video, I'm going to be showing you what it's like to be on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship for a day. Today is packed with so many activities. I'm so excited to document it all and share it with you. That is Honduras. We're going to go out in Honduras today. If you haven't been following along on the vlog, me and my partner Sam are on a cruise vacation with Royal Caribbean. Today we have an excursion out in Honduras. We don't normally do excursions, but Sam thought that it'd be a great idea to do this one, and I thought it'd be a great idea too. Whenever you do an excursion, you have to go to the Royal Theater and you have to sit down in your numbered seat and wait. This always makes me think back to summer camps where you had to sit in certain sections for certain group activities. This definitely feels like you're being treated as a child, and since we're just a bunch of adults on vacation, all I'm gonna say is they know what they're doing. I always get really excited as I'm stepping on the ramp to get off ship. This is one of my favorite parts about cruising because as you're stepping off this ramp, you're stepping onto a whole new part of the world that you may not have ever been in before. And with the plans we had ahead, I was just so excited. So come with us on our little Roatan, Honduras island adventure as we spend our day off the ship. One of the worst parts about doing an excursion is that you're doing it with adults on vacation. And as someone who's been a New Yorker for years now, the speed of which we boarded this bus would not fly in New York City. One of the things I like about doing cruises and excursions like this is that you get to see a pretty good amount of a country in a very short period of time. What I don't like about doing these excursions and cruising in general is that you only get a very limited and short period of time to see anything about a new country that you might be interested in seeing more of or exploring more of. And that's just one of the trade-offs of doing cruising in general. You're going to be in ports. On the excursion that Sam and I chose to do today, we are barely going to be able to see or explore a lot of the culture that Honduras or Roatan has to offer. With not much more than the view from the bus, it's hard to tell what this country is like, especially after visiting it. But if somebody's going to ask me what ziplining in Honduras is like, well, I'm about to have an answer. You look cool. Before I show anything, this tour company did a great job at managing vacationing adults. Everybody got equipment that they needed right away. You get a pair of gloves, a harness, and a helmet, and then you're all set to go. I had some awful and unexpected technical difficulties with not only my GoPro, but my phone right before we were supposed to be on the zip lines. So all of this footage is courtesy of Sam trusting me and risking his phone while holding it on these zip lines. Since I was using Sam's phone and didn't want to risk it any more than I already did, I decided to put it away and only record while we were on the platforms or in between zips. I think Sam and I both made this much bigger and much scarier sounding than it actually was. And if you can believe it, it was actually kind of relaxing. Okay, so we got done with how many of them?
6.
6? Now we have the big sightseeing part.
Should be back.
Volleyball band, so.
I think this is a good look for us.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The big one's coming up. After all the zips, they took off our gear and they had a truck waiting for us at the bottom of the hill to take us back up to where we left all of our stuff. After this experience, to anybody that says or thinks that they'd be really scared to do ziplining, I want to let you know that it actually feels pretty great to do it. It's a great way to sightsee, and with the right tour guides, it feels very safe. And with the right ziplining buddy, it's very fun. Okay, so before we went on the zip line, my phone was working all the way up until we were about to go. This is the last shot that my phone was working. But now whenever I go to my camera, it says storage is full. If I hit manage storage, I have 40 gigabytes free. It's not a problem of like storage. My phone just won't record anything. And we're gonna have to go quick, but also my GoPro won't turn on. So I had to use Sam's phone on the zip lines and basically risk dropping it. After getting all of our stuff, we went into the gift shop for a moment and then hopped on the bus to go to the second half of this excursion, which is a beach property. All right, well, I can use my phone, but I have to use the Edits app that I made a video about a couple days ago. The Edits app is Instagram's editing app. So this is the Edits app camera. Little test drive, I guess. On the way over to the beach property, we got to see a little bit more of Roatan through the windows of the bus. And like I said before, although it's not the best way to absorb the culture and really feel the energy of the country you're in, it's a great way to at least see some of the country. The beach resort that we ended up at was really nice. There was a small market and plenty of different bars and restaurants for us to try. We didn't end up trying any of these, but the beach was really nice. After we found our little corner here, I just enjoyed the sound of the leaves, the winds, the water, and enjoyed the sun. What was really cool about this beach was this little corner where we saw crabs and other little creatures, like this colony of shellfish. I noticed this rock and picked it up right away thinking it was just a super colorful rock, but then all of the little shells started moving and I didn't know what to think. But Sam ended up loving these little things and let them crawl on his hand. I never knew that he had such a love for animals, so this was a really cool experience where I got to learn a little bit more about him. We have returned to the ship. How's Honduras?
It was nice.
You look like a biker.
Biker.
A biker.
It was nice. I'm hungry.
I am hungry too. So we're gonna go to
Park Cafe.
Park Cafe, which is in the Central Park area of the ship, which is super special because it's like a little park in between like the two sides of the buildings.
Just like home.
New York, where are you? I need my card. I can never leave this room. I can never just leave.
I know.
It's never possible.
I know.
I can never just like walk out.
It takes 10 minutes.
Got my card. And there's Jess. We told Jess all about it already. What's really cool about this area is that these are all rooms from these side, like this side all the way to these sides. We've stayed in one of these like bottom rooms before, and it was okay. I mean, you just kind of like watch people walk around and you feel like you have to have the windows closed. And also on that cruise ship, somebody was hanging a flag that we didn't necessarily agree with, but whatever. People put up political stuff for vacation. I don't understand. Sam and I have a pretty special dinner planned tonight. We're going
to Chops Grille.
Chops Grille that's right behind us here. What do they got, Sam? Tell them. You know it.
Steakhouse.
Steakhouse of what? Steaks?
Steaks. Well, that's a steakhouse.
But this is where we're going. This is called Park Cafe. It's just an easy spot to grab some quick eats, soups, sandwiches, chips. This is where the chips that Sam got, that I ate, this is where he got them.
Yes.
And then I went back later that day to try to get some and they were closed. And now I've replaced 2 chips for him, but
2 days late, because the next day he forgot to go get them too.
But I'll show you that this is where the chips are from.
He also James. Jamie there Saturday.
Awesome. This sandwich is one of the main attractions with the Park Cafe. Sam introduced me to it. It's shaved beef and naju, and you can choose to get regular mustard or spicy mustard with it, or horseradish. And I've had this before. It's very good. And then we also got salads, so you can get salads your way. I got us cucumbers, tomatoes, a raspberry vinaigrette, chicken, and lettuce, and then salt and pepper to add on top. Yeah, this is the Park Cafe experience. Although the sandwich is really good, I would only rate it a 6, and Sam would rate it a 9. We got a variety of desserts, and my favorite was these Ranger cookies. They're a coconut cookie, and they're delicious. Before heading out, we grabbed some chips to take back to the room. What's up, Jess? I got chips. No, you can't have any.
I figured out what the problem with my phone was. I was recording in ProRes.
Soon after getting back to the room, the ship set sail again to the next port. And while we sailed away, Sam and I got ready for our steak dinner at Chops. We're gonna go eat at Chops. You wanna join, Jess? Here we are. This is Chops. The steakhouse with steaks, I guess. We made this dinner a 4-course dinner where I got a crab cake, Sam got tuna tartare, then I got a goat cheese salad, Sam got a strip of pepper bacon. For our steaks, I got a medium rare filet mignon, and Sam chose the ribeye steak, also medium rare. We got these steaks with a variety of sides like mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, asparagus, and creamed spinach. This was all more than enough food where we couldn't even eat our dessert, so we took a red velvet cake and a cheesecake to go. Steaks was definitely the thing this place served us.
We had a lot of steak meat.
Would you uncloche?
Desserts.
That's for later because we've staked it. The steaks have been risen and then dropped within our gullets, and now they're being digested by our acids.
The steaks filled us up.
Soon will be digested.
So we decided to save these for later.
And dropped. It's a steakhouse, guaranteed. So that's what a full day on a cruise ship is like. Thank you so much for watching. I make daily vlogs every single day, so if you subscribe, I'll see you tomorrow. It's for you, Jess. You need to eat.